Well, the tow operator is backing Smokey in from the road. If all goes as planned, we'll put it in the carport. Just want to watch the corner of the house there. Although he's doing a hell of a job. Look at that, baby. Well, we're here. We did it. Or we didn't do it. Well, I guess we kind of did it. We no longer are in the big red shop. But I got all my trucks home. Isn't that great? If you're new to the channel, my name is Mike, and I am a full-fledged truck nut. Yes, that's right. I'm also a Peterbilt salesman, but I'm a truck nut. I know, it's an addiction. But it's okay. There's a group for that, and it's called Mike the Truck Nut Garage. Actually, no, it's not called Mike the Truck. Maybe I should change the name to like Mike's Garage. Well, I already have Mike's Garage. Anyways, it's Mike the Truck Nut. So anyways, guys, come take a look. So we got the trucks home. The nice thing about this property is we have this parking area. It could stand to be a little bigger, but it's probably easier to keep your truck purchasing levels to a, you know, it's kind of like if what am I thinking of? It's like one of those creatures that'll grow into the space it has. If you got a big fish tank, you'll end up with a big fish. If you got a little fish tank, Andrea agrees. You know, she gets it. So we got Kenny here. We've got Low and Slow. Of course, Kenny is the OG, the 1989 K100 Aerodyne with a big cam for 400 Cummins in it. And
I was going to say an engine.
Yeah, it does have an engine, and it runs and drives. I know. Who would have thought you'd have a project truck that actually drives? And then here, we've got Low and Slow. You know how you can tell Slow and Slow? Because his name's on him. This truck is our first... Oh, actually, no, this is the second truck that we got. This is my 1995... I'm just making sure I got this right. 1995 Peterbilt 362 Cabover with a C10 cat engine in it. And you know what? It sounds amazing straight piped because, well, it's straight piped. And the Jake barks, and you know what? If you've been following the channel for a long time, you know all about it. So, and if you're new to the channel, you got to go back and check out the channels or the videos where, you know what, we got her barking, because she's got a pretty good bark. But things that we need to do to this truck, I need to finish putting the headliner in, and I've got a water leak by the one air horn, which is why I haven't. It just drips a little bit, and it's not a big job. I just haven't got to it yet because we're focused on Smokey. But you know what? Until I get an engine for Smokey, I think I'm gonna have to focus on some of these other things. Now, Kenny could use a paint job, or not. No, he could. But he needs a rear clip, because the problem with Kenny is he's rust jacked to all rusted, all jack, something like that. Anyways, I mean, he still runs and drives, but you know what? We need to. So anyways, that's going to happen one day, but he still runs and drives. So you know what? We'll get to it. And if we come back here, we've got the 359, 1977 Peterbilt 359. It's loaded up on Low and Slow, and we haven't taken it off yet because, well, the front axle does not rotate. Actually, technically, I don't know if the back axle does too. So we're going to have...
One might.
Well, one might. So how are we going to get it off, you ask? We're going to tie it to that big cottonwood tree and drive away. Is it a good idea? Probably not. Will it be effective?
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But I wanted to wait till there was no snow on the deck. That and we've been moving, so it's like, you know what? We'll get to that later.
And I'm scared.
And Andrea's scared. And right here, we have K2, aka Kenny 2. Actually, I should say it's Kenny 2, aka K2. Kenny 2 is a 1988 K100. Originally came with a Cummins 444 engine in it and an 18-speed. The engine was taken out in Williams Lake because it was in Williams Lake. It sat at the Kenworth dealer forever. Feller bought it, gonna bring it back to life, and it didn't happen. So this is where, you know what, when I say don't kill Kenny, I should have said don't kill Kenny or Kenny 2. There again, it's got rust jacking. I started cutting bolts off, and then I got sidetracked and didn't do any more. But there again, maybe this summer, maybe I'll get to it. I like K2 because the frame is, well, it's not cut into pieces. Is it as nice as the trucks down in the States, in the southern states? No. It's probably better than the ones in the upper east, well, not upper east side, but on the eastern, anyways, where they use lots of salt. But yeah, so I want to tip the cab, clean up the frame, paint her up. But the bummer is all these lines are going to need to be changed because they're hard and janky. But we're not doing this until we get Smokey running. Now, the interesting thing is with the 77 359, we can see underneath it with it sitting on the deck. And the bummer is both fuel tanks are dented, but they're also steel. So I don't want to reuse these fuel tanks because, well, this one leaks and they're rusty on the inside, which is, I think, why my fuel pump stuck. But I don't know. We're going to get to that too on a nice, warm, sunny day. We're going to get this sucker running, whether I change out the fuel pump or pull the fuel pump apart. But she's got some oil leaks underneath. And that's where I think, you know, this is going to be a big job. Yeah, a big job.
Are you going to be okay, Muffin?
Yeah, I'm going to be okay. I just had a hiccupy thing there. And our controller has been sending me all sorts of things. So let me just mute this.
They're so controlling.
They're so controlling. You know, as a Peterbilt sales person, I sell Peterbilts for a living. And I absolutely love Peterbilts, especially the 359 and the 362 Cabovers. But being a truck nut, I can appreciate all brands, especially K100 Aerodynes. I know it's a Kenworth, but I like Kenworth too. And the Aerodyne, BJ and the Bear, it's the OG, get you right in the feels truck for me. Yeah, because it's an Aerodyne. So anyways, we come, well, maybe we should.
We can't go that way. I'm not climbing snow piles.
Okay. Over there, if we look under the truck, we've got the parts truck. Now, if you're new to the channel, you need to go back and see what happened when I picked up the parts truck at Ritchie Brothers. Let's just say Andrea doesn't want me buying anything else from Ritchie Brothers, which is kind of a bummer because there could be some really good deals right now, and I need a I need a DDEC 3 Series 60. Or I need to pull the one out that I have and rebuild it, but I don't know what's happening there yet. I know, I should know, but I don't know. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Indecisive? Maybe. When we sell the house and get some more money, then I can buy an engine, right, Andrea?
Yeah.
Okay. See that? She said yeah. And you think, Mike, you don't have a shop anymore. Well, I do have a shop. It's just changed. So let's go take a look at the shop right now. So this is it. Mike's garage, which is going to be Mike the Truck Nut's garage or shop. I call him a shop, not a garage when you're putting a truck in it. So I guess it's Mike's garage because...
That's a garage.
Okay, well...
That's a shop.
Okay, well, that's the garage. So those of you that say, Mike, you shouldn't move. You should stay there and keep your dream shop. Well, I know it is my dream shop, but this is kind of my dream house. I got a 3-car garage attached to the house. Never never happened in my life until now. So that's why we're staying here and we're going to sell the other place. And this shop, 40 by 30. So it's 40, well, I should say it's bigger, well, okay, the actual shop part is 40 and it's 30 feet deep, call it. And then over here in the lean-to area, well, it's not a lean-to, it's a carport. Gosh, you know, all these specific words and names.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. I'm just a truck guy. Anyways, enough of that. So over here, we've got a 13-foot height, so it's not quite tall enough to put Kenny underneath. But with having shorter stacks on, well, Smokey doesn't have any stacks right now, so that helps. But on Smokey, Stubby, Low and Slow, well, actually K2 doesn't have the whale tail on, so it would fit under here too. So anyways, we can work undercover for right now. Now, is it going to be warm? No. But we'll figure it out. One of the things that I thought about doing is enclosing this and making 2 shop bays. But my biggest quandary is it's 13 feet high there. It's like 13 feet wide to the posts. But I'd like it to get a little higher. So I thought about, or make it a little longer. So I either got to add on to the back there or make it longer this way. And I don't think it will cost that much to enclose it because the roof is already there. And the most expensive thing when you're building a building is the roof. But anyways, enough of that. Don't mind the mess because one of the things with moving is we've been doing it where well, it's a load and dump. We load stuff to the other house and then dump it here. So this is why this video is not working on the trucks because
we got other stuff.
I gotta make room to work first. So there we've got Stubby, the 1994 Peterbilt 362 N14 with only 750,000 kilometers and a brand new RTLO 2918B transmission. So far it's running and driving awesome. This is also the truck that Dad stretched. If you want to go back and see those videos of Dad stretching it, there are some there. I haven't quite decided what we're going to do with it though. The plan was to put a 5th wheel on it, but I haven't done it because I thought, wouldn't it be fun to build a cabover toter home? So that's why, you know, I've been kind of dragging my feet. That we've been working on Smokey, because Smokey's going to be a 5th wheel tractor no matter what, because it's got a 5th wheel. Biggest problem with Smokey is the front windshield. Right. The biggest problem with Stubby is the front windshield mask is rusted and it leaks. And of course it's rusted because it leaks. And it's a common problem with the Peterbilt windshield surrounds, mask, if you will, because they're made out of steel and they rust. And of course, when your window moves a little bit, rubs the paint off. And so that's why it's nosed under here. Because I don't want it to get any worse. Although it probably can't get any worse, but it can always get worse, I guess. And of course, we've got Smokey. Smokey is the 1994 K100 Aerodyne that's been in all the latest videos. And we put the brand new day cab company interior in it. We're just gotta get the engine running. So that's the next big thing. I don't know if we're gonna be able to start working on the engine right away because I have 2 ideas. What's that?
Because we don't have one.
We don't have one, and I don't have a rebuild kit for it. Because on one hand, I could pull the engine out, put it in this shop, rebuild it myself, except for the fact that it's probably going to cost as much or more than just getting a running, good used engine. So until the house sells, we're not buying an engine. Well, that's what Andrew said, so we're not doing that. But I got lots of other stuff we can do. So anyways, let's go check out the shop.
It's got all 3 doors in it.
Welcome to Mike's Garage.
Hi, Crow.
Is there a crow? Yeah, there's a crow. He's got a French fry. Oh no, maybe he's garbage. So check it out. I've got all my tools in it.
You just can't get to them.
We just We just can't get to anything yet. So over there, I have my 1999 Ford Super Duty with 2000 and
something.
I think it's 4. Slumber Queen Adventure camper. I bought that pickup brand new in 1999, 26 years ago. I know, blows me away that it's 26 years ago, but anyways, so I love that truck. That's why it's inside, staying warm. And then over here, I've got my lift with a couple of our cars. Now, if you're an OG and you've watched, a long time, you'll know when I first started making videos at the other house in the shop, I had my lift and I had cars on it and I had the motorhome in there. And then when we moved here, I moved them all over here. So your newer subscribers don't know, or maybe don't know, that I got cars. So I got Mike's Garage, which maybe I'll put it up over here, a little shout out to Mike's Garage. Because when I do some car stuff, I like to make videos because, I love cars. Specifically Corvettes. So we've got well, technically these are all our cars. So
Why?
I've got red, which is our 2023 C8 Corvette, up top, covered up, wintering, in the shop.
Brand new transmission.
Oh yeah, with a brand new transmission. Go check out that video. Yeah, 2023 with, what do we have, like 12,000 kilometers on it. And she already got a new transmission. Thank God it was warranty because it was like $25,000. But I'm sure you'd get a better deal if you're paying. Anyways, let's not think about that. And then down below, we've got Andrea's car, which was her dream car, a 1975 Corvette. It's got a 350 and a 4-speed. Now, interesting fun fact, 1975 was the worst year for horsepower in a Corvette.
I'll race you.
But someone has put headers on it, so I'm sure it has more than the 200 horse that it came with new.
Not slow when I drive it.
But she's pretty much original. It's in great shape, and she loves it. So,
Love it.
I mean, it's our car, but I don't fit in it very good, so it's her car. Anyways, it's her car. So, one bay will be kind of dedicated to cars and, like when I change oil in my pickup and the Jeep and stuff, we use the lift for that, servicing. And this bay, I can nose the truck in. Obviously, I can't fit it in and close the door. Well, actually, I think I could fit Stubby in and close the door, but it would only just fit.
Stubby? Really?
Yeah.
Even stretched?
Even stretched, but it would be like a foot away from the wall. So
You're
we'll
not
see.
going to be tipping the cab.
Oh, actually, no, it won't fit because once we put in the toolboxes on the wall, then there won't be room. So yeah, anyways, guys, this is my new workspace. Well, it's not really my new workspace. 2 years ago, it was my new workspace, and this is just Mike's garage. And Mike the Truck Nut is moving in. So one of the projects, next things I have to do is I brought the cabinet toolboxes that were against the wall here. We're going to run them all down that wall. Probably take out the plywood. I don't know if you can see it over there or not, but
I think so.
over there behind the racks, there's a plywood bench, and we're going to use my steel benches from Lowe's. Shout out to Lowe's. And put them there. And I'll get all my tools put away. These racks are going to go in the container, or maybe those ones will stay here and those will go. Anyways, I got a container where we have part supplies for Cabovers, and some of this stuff is going to go out in the container, but we just dumped it here so till I can get it organized. So anyways, let's go check out the container, aka Mike the Truck Nut storage solution number 1, or maybe it's number 2. Anyways, it's a storage solution.
Are you getting a key?
Yeah, I gotta go get a key. I'd go this way, but I can't get in. Oh, and fun fact, this is Dad's old TV. I wasn't gonna use it for shop TV, but we were loading it up to take to his storage place, and I dropped it.
So now it's broken.
So now it's broken, but the screen still works. So I said, you know what? I'll use it for shop TV. So, and don't worry, we're going to be seeing more of Dad. Maybe not as much as we did before, or maybe more. You never know. So, but you'll still see it.
I'm excited about those flower pots I brought home.
That's good.
I like those ones.
Over here. You getting another view?
Yeah. My car.
Your car. So yeah, it's a little bit cramped in here, not gonna lie. But, you hear that? Radiant heater just kicked in. So yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna make it work next winter. I'm actually gonna get a quote from a guy about closing in the carport. But we'll see how it goes, man. Maybe we'll just knock a hole in the wall. No, I won't. If we're gonna do anything, we'll fill in the carport.
You might do it accidentally.
Let's hope not.
Sorry. I shouldn't say things like that.
So out back behind the shop, of course, I have a nice gravel
junk.
pad. It's not junk, it's good stuff. Right there, I've got a set of dual air intakes for a Freightliner Cabover. I don't think I'm gonna use them.
Since you don't have a Freightliner Cabover?
Yeah. I mean, they could be used for a non-Freightliner, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know how I'm gonna, oh yeah, there's straps there, so I guess, I was gonna say I don't know how I'm gonna mount it, but I don't, they have
Somewhere
straps
there's
there.
a burgundy Freightliner Cabover that's missing
Yes,
its...
and of course I've got my 2 Kenworth parts cabs here that I got, you know, for dash switch parts, because the problem with having some Kenworths is the parts are expensive. So things like dash switches and indicator things, that's why I got those. But
Pretty high-tech lighting system you got.
I know.
If you didn't have so much good stuff there, it'd be easier to plug them in.
Yeah, and some dummy dropped some stuff on the ground there.
I think it was you. You'd be better off to go to the... Oh, never mind. That's a motorhome plug.
So welcome to Mike the Truck Nuts storage facility. We've got, and you know the one good thing about this is I had stuff in sheds. I was just thinking because I have some stuff. Where did I get that stuff? No, I still have some more truck stuff in another shed, but not very much. So this should be mostly all of it. Mostly. So when I picked up Kenny, it came with DPF, or not DPF, but catalytic converter mufflers, because a few years back, like 2011, I'm going to say 2010, 2012, they were making older trucks have to run catalytic mufflers. They've since dropped it in this province because they realized that, you know, trucks from the 80s and 90s, there's really not that many of them still working. So, so yeah, I took them off because, well, they're restrictive and they're probably expensive. So anyways, I got them. Muffler off of low and slow, straight pipe so that I can put a second pipe on low and slow, and I have a bracket for it. I just haven't done it yet. Got a spare seat, but it's a Peterbilt seat. I've got one set of poly half fenders. These are minimizer, and they're not half fenders. They're like, what are they, quarter rounds, I guess? So, and I only have one set. I should see about finding another set. Well, I guess it'd be easy to see.
I thought you got those to do something with the motorhome.
Yeah, I was gonna put them under the motorhome around the wheel arches, but I never did. So, and then in this box we've got all the takeoff stuff
And
from
one Jeep part.
and a Jeep part. Well, and then I was just looking, we've got some of the cat parts in here too that I'll have to take out and put up. But basically the mufflers and the, you know, the air-to-air pipes and everything off of Smokey in this box. And then I got the whale tail for Kenny 2. This is just a takeoff taillight bracket that I ended up with, because lots of times our bodybuilders and that, they take the stuff off and then they... So, set of air horns, because you can never have too many air horns. And yeah, this is just all my stuff. All the good stuff that I've been collecting. I'm not too proud to say that I've gone dumpster diving at work and I've found like stainless brackets for chicken lights that, you know, they had saved and determined that they're never going to use it, so they just turfed it. And I'm not too proud to jump into a dumpster for some shiny stuff, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so this is where I'm storing all the parts. I've got the stuff for low and slow to put an overhead console. Now this console was damaged, but I JB welded it and it's a little janky, not gonna lie, but I think it'll work. I've got a new set of shifter cables there for a Cabover, cable shifters, 2 taillight boxes, which is kind of awesome. I got a good deal at work because they had them and hadn't used them for a while. And this is, I got windshield rubber for a brand new windshield rubber for I was going to say low and slow, Stubby, and a new cab airbag for Stubby, which is,
or 3.
well, 2 of these are the wrong, or no, 2 of these are the right size. These ones are the right one. Well, I think they're the right ones. And this one is one that I got that's too big. And the new one that I put on that was too big actually blew up because it rubs, which isn't ideal. And this is a spare fiberglass battery box cover for the battery box that's on the parts T800, the parts truck that we picked up at the auction. So this battery box came from the Shroud Company. It's really awesome. They build shrouds for trucks. They build cab panels for 379s, 389s, aluminum panels, and as well they make some Kenworth and Peterbilt battery box covers because one of their customers says, you know, you should really make battery box covers because my drivers will end up losing them and they're gone. So so yeah, got this one from them because, you know, the battery box on the parts truck is no bueno. But yeah, so some stuff for Stubby, but this is the shelves from the other house. Of course, I trimmed them down. Gonna do some more organizing. I've got all these filters that I'm gonna give to a friend of mine that's got some equipment because I think he'll be able to use them more than I can. And quite frankly, I would rather have this much storage space than a bunch of filters that I'm never gonna use. And I don't even know what they're all for, but it's new old stock, if you will, new old stock filters. And I was told if you can't use any of it, just throw it away. And I'm like, I can't throw it away. Are you crazy? So that's why I have it. I've got 3 sets of takeoff stacks. I've got some 60-inch, 7-inch straight cut miters, some curved, and some 5-inch because, you know, old school, baby. But
that box is a pain.
The box is a bit wide, but as
am I.
You're not as big as that box, let me tell you. It's a little chilly in here and my nose is dripping. But you know what? I'm glad we went with a 40-foot container because originally we were going to get a 20-foot. And then it's like, hey, we can get a used 40-foot for like the same price or cheaper than a
pretty 20-foot.
Than a pretty 20-foot. So
that's a good call.
Anyways, let's go to the back of the container and I'll show you how we got the spare 3406 engine here. So back here we have the 3406 parts engine that was in the shop. Now you're probably saying, Mike, why do you have it outside? Well, because it was outside for probably about 20 years before I got my hands on it. So you know what, if it's outside for a little bit longer, it's going to be okay. But you'll notice it's sitting on some bumpers. One of these bumpers was an old stock, well, it was a bumper that I got from, you know, the shop that I was trying to save, but it got all buggered up and scratched from plowing snow. And the other one is the bumper that was on Smokey. And Dad had the idea of setting the engine on it like skis so we could get it off the trailer. And what I did is I put a strap down to each thing, and from the bumper to the engine, and we we slid it off the trailer, and it was snowy that day, and it worked fantastic. So
This side moved a bit, but not the other.
What?
This side moved a bit, but not the other. Oh, there she goes. Just like that.
of course, I've got the 359 sleeper. I don't know if we do the 359. I've been talking that maybe I said I was going to make it into a logger, but then I thought, are you ever going to use it as a logger? Maybe take it to some shows and that's it. And then I got this sleeper with it. So then I was like, well, maybe we'll put the sleeper on it, because I think originally that was what the plan was. But the sleeper, she's janky. Not gonna lie.
And gross.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be caught dead in that sleeper.
Not like this. I mean, if I clean it all out and repanel it. So basically with the sleeper, what I'm gonna have to do is reskin the whole thing, gut the interior out, and get a new interior for it. Now, the reason why I kept it, even though it is in such rough shape, is because it's got the full-size door on the passenger side as well. And that is one of the things that I love about the 359 sleepers, is when they've got the door on both sides. I could go pick up a 389 sleeper for, I could probably pick one up for $3-4 grand in good shape, but this is a 359, man.
You got this one for nothing in crappy shape.
That's right, Andrea. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't be a truck nut if I didn't do stuff like this. And I am a hoarder. People that I work with know I'm a hoarder. This is actually a brand new Alcoa wheel, and there's a story behind it. I kept it. Now it can't be used ever again as a wheel. What had happened is I had a customer that ordered a truck with Durabrite wheels inside and outside on the drive axles. That is an option with Peterbilt. And anyways, the truck came from the factory with Durabrites on one side, but not on the inside. And the reason why he wanted Durabrites on the inside and the outside is he was going to take the Durabrites that were on the inside and put on another truck. Well, anyways, it was shipped wrong, so we got the inside Durabrite wheels on warranty, but PACCAR, they said, what are you going to pay us for these wheels? And we could buy, Chinese aluminum wheels for like $200, $250, whatever. And they said, well, we want more than that. We want like $500 a wheel. And we said, well, we'll ship them back to you because we're not paying $500 a wheel for them. So instead they said, we don't want them back, but you have to destroy the wheels. So what we did to destroy the wheels so they can't be used as a wheel anymore is actually cut the lip of the wheel right beside the serial number. So he took I don't know if it was a grinder or what, but yeah, cut a hole in the wheel, a slit in the wheel, so it can no longer be used as a wheel. And it's a brand new Alcoa wheel. Well, it was a brand new Alcoa wheel. I've had this wheel for probably 6 years. Oh, maybe. Actually, I bet you I've had it since like 2016, actually.
That looks like garbage to me, sir.
But the reason why I kept it all these years behind the shed at the other house is I was thinking I could make a table base out of it. I just have to shine it up a little bit. But anyways, that's the story as to why I've got a wheel. So, future plans. I've got all my junk, spare wood here. Of course, this is part of the stuff that we're going to have to clean up that came from the other house. If anyone local needs a 3-point hitch bale spear, I'll make you a deal. It's going on Facebook Marketplace soon. But, and then of course you can see if Andrea shoots down there, the other spare cab I have. And one of the reasons why I really wanted this cab is because it's got the daylight doors. So if I want to put daylight doors on my truck, I've got a set of daylight doors. So that's pretty cool. And
couldn't you have just brought the doors home?
well, I could have, but it was easier just to take the whole cab, because they said, well, actually, this is what Brad said. He says, I'll let you have the cab, but the deal is, or the doors, but the deal is you got to take the whole cab, because they were downsizing all our spare parts. And the thing is, I think that's off of, it's got the old style door latches that they only had for, I think, 2 or 3 years, like a 2000 Kenworth door latch. If you know, you know. They were very limited. And he's like, we're never going to use these. We're never going to use this cab. And if we do, we'll just get other doors or get them from the wreckers. But in all reality, that's a kicker. People wreck trucks age out, and they don't get rebuilt or fixed in wrecks, because they just end up going to a wrecker and part it out. But yeah, there's the parts truck. What I would like to do,
We don't want to talk about the parts truck.
let's just say it's the $1,000 Ritchie Brothers special. I bid $1,000 and I won it, and in the end it cost me
$4,500.
$4,500. So anyways, we won't talk about that. But I would like to make this a driveway so I can do a loop. Now we do have 6 acres here. So the other thought is, if the world smartens up and we feel like getting into a little more debt, is building a dedicated truck shop that's just for trucks. No cars, just trucks. And I'd build it so everything can be undercover. You know, I should downsize because I do have 6 project trucks, but where's the fun in that, you know? So.
Because the parts truck is 7, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a project truck. It's just
No.
although it does come with a registration. So if you need a 2005 Kenworth registration, because you've got say a salvage truck that you need to rebuild, or a glider.
Let's not be shifty.
Well, I'm not being shifty. I'm just saying I could rebuild that truck and it's got registration.
You could.
What they would call a title. So anyways, K2 does not have a registration, which is yet.
We can get that.
Yeah, we can get that. We know how to do that because we jumped through the hoops to get registration for Stubby. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. On to new beginnings, or this is a new beginning. It's not over. It's not the end of Mike the Truck Nut. It's just, we're changing it up. So am I going to do lots of working on truck content outside in the wintertime? Probably not, because I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit of a princess now. But you never know. I want to go to shows. We're going to go look at more old trucks. Maybe I'll even try... Andrea's mocking me in the background. Come on, you like looking at old trucks.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe I could even buy and sell old trucks. So if someone's looking for a project truck, I would sell any one of my trucks, except for Smokey right now, if it was going to a good home and you were going to continue with the saving it and having your project truck. So that being said, if I did do that, it would help fund the other trucks and I could get more project trucks to hopefully, you know, share and or sell to any of you guys that want a project truck that can't find them. I mean, if I find one and I bring it home and it's, you know, maybe I could be, you know, I'm a salesman. Why can't I sell project trucks? I mean, I can sell new trucks, but I do that at work. But I mean, anyways, you get what I'm saying. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe down below, because I'm telling you, you never know what you're going to get. And the like button thing, it helps the algorithm, and Lord knows I need all the help I can get. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much. And yeah, it's just the beginning of the next chapter. I wonder how many chapters are in this book.
At least 2.
At least 2, yeah.